What's up, you sweaty nerds and greasy degenerates? Lynx Landau and Xuan are coming to Honkai Star Rail in patch 1.3. These are two very, very needed characters in order for us to be able to build the Mono Quantum Dream Team. So let's talk about it. The Mono Quantum Dream Team is a traditional team actually. It requires one DPS, one support, one healer, and one tank, at least the way we're building it, because we're going to try to use the best in-slot characters for what we can do, which is going to be Seele, Silverwolf, Xuan, and Lynx. You can substitute King Q if you don't have Seele for the DPS slot. King Q is a free character. We all have her, we all get her, and she can definitely be used in the team. She is definitely an underrated character, so don't feel like you can't build this team if you don't have Seele. For those that don't already know about this quantum team, we'll go over how it works really quickly. It all works around Silverwolf. That is how the Mono Quantum team works. Otherwise, you'd be kind of screwed over because you wouldn't have enough weakness break spread. But with Silverwolf on the team, you're going to be able to get weakness break every single time, 100% of the time, for your whole entire team. It's actually kind of broken, and I do believe that this will change the meta. For those that are able to build this team, I think this team might end up being the pinnacle, the best possible team comp you can have when we are able to build it in patch 1.3. So let's go over how it works real quick. Silverwolf has a skill known as Allow Changes. There is a 75% base chance to add one weakness of any ally's type to the target enemy. This also reduces the enemy's damage resistance to that weakness type by 20% for 2 turns. If the enemy already has that type weakness, the effect of damage resistance reduction to that weakness type will not be triggered. Each enemy can only have one weakness implanted by Silverwolf. When Silverwolf implants another weakness to the target, only the most recent weakness will be kept. In addition, there is a 100% base chance to reduce the damage resistance of the enemy further by 7.5% for 2 turns, and it also deals quantum damage equal to 98% of Silverwolf's attack to this enemy. So that's how the skill works, but we'll break it down real quick. So the TLDR for this skill, basically as it pertains to the Mono Quantum team, is that if you have only quantum members on your team, you will 100% of the time apply quantum weakness to the enemy, and yeah, sure, the skill starts at 75% base chance, but if you increase your effect hit rate, you will be able to get 100% effectiveness of this skill. I, for instance, have this applied every single time I use Silverwolf without fail every single time. It's not very hard to increase your effect hit rate in order to be able to get this every single time. One of the downsides before with a non-mono quantum team is that if you continue to apply this effect on an enemy, you can actually change the effect earlier than is necessary, and thanks to one of her traces, you can actually increase the length of time that this is active for, but on a mono quantum team, it doesn't matter. There's literally no downside, because Silverwolf's skill actually deals a decent amount of damage if you can build her properly, and so you don't really want to lose out on that damage if you don't have to, right? Especially since you'll have a healer and a tank on your team that are probably going to be throwing out a lot of basic attacks. You'll be able to use Silverwolf and Seele's skill most turns every single time they come around. So you'll be dealing a lot of damage, and you're not going to be changing to a different damage type because you're always going to have quantum active. That's one of the other benefits of this mono quantum team that a lot of people probably aren't thinking about. Another benefit to this mono quantum dream team that I think a lot of people aren't necessarily thinking about is that Lynx Landau is expected to be a better healer than Natasha. Now, Natasha won't all of a sudden be bad. Any healer in this game is good. There just aren't that many of them, so they're all going to be good in their own ways. But Lynx is expected to be better, at least at this time. But If you want a dedicated video on Lynx or Xuan, I will put dedicated links to their videos in a pinned comment and in the description. I do have dedicated videos for them specifically, so if you want videos dedicated to just them, go ahead and look down below and check those out. But I'll quickly go into what Lynx Landau's heal does. Her ultimate specifically is expected to heal the whole entire team, and on the next turn it should have a minimal heal for the whole team again as well. A lot of people think this is going to be broken. Don't forget we don't know the full percentage of the heal yet, and don't forget that Lynx is coming to the game right before Jingliu is coming to the game. So people that are worried about pulling for Jingliu because they are worried that they don't have Locha, don't forget that Hoyoverse is not going to release a really solid DPS character and screw everybody over. Lynx is coming right before that, and she's expected to have a full team heal plus a minimal full team heal that comes after for free. And Jingliu is expected to drain the whole team's life, and people were worried about that. So just a little side bonus if you guys are watching the video up to this point and you're curious about whether you also want to pull for Jingliu. But let's get back to the Mono Quantum team real quick. By this point in the game, everybody knows who Seela is. She's the best DPS character in the game, and if you don't have her, you can use King Q. King Q is a really solid DPS quantum character. Like I said, everybody can get her for free, so use her if you don't have Seela. But let's move on. Let's talk about Xuan, because she's the character we truly need to talk about. She's one of the missing links to this quantum team at this moment in time, and she's a damage mitigation tank. If you want more information about Xuan, like I said, I have a dedicated video for her and for Lynx. Check the comment and the description below. Go ahead and check those videos out if you want more information, but I'll let you know now that Xuan is a damage mitigation tank. The first one of its kind in the game. She's not going to be putting out a lot of shields. She's going to be mitigating damage. A lot of people are curious whether she's actually going to be very, very broken, very, very powerful, or not exactly as powerful as we were hoping for. But let's not forget that Xuan's going to be mitigating damage for the whole team, rather than like March 7th can only put one shield on a character at a time. So keep that in mind. She's going to be mitigating damage for everybody, not just one character at a time. So this might actually be very strong. And Lynx supposedly is supposed to be a better healer than Natasha, so even if she isn't quite as good as, let's say, March 7th, it's not going to matter. They're going to even each other out. So we're really excited about Xuan and Lynx because they're going to finally complete the team, and they actually might come out and be a lot stronger than we realized at this time. So get stoked for Mono Quantum. If this video was entertaining to you in any way, shape, or form, please leave a like and subscribe, because if you don't subscribe, I'm gonna come to your house in the middle of the night, like the boogeyman, and I'm gonna steal your favorite midnight snacks. Probably those Oreos, or maybe those Pringles you got in the pantry. Maybe the lasagna you got there in the refrigerator. I'm not picky. I'll come for whatever you got. So like and subscribe for more.